Hey everyone, I wanted to give you a walkthrough of Sidekick. We've been working pretty hard on this, and it's a lot of fun to show you. So let me give this a shot. Uh, so to start, when you look at Sidekick, in your main panel you have your agent, and then on the side you have all of the things that the agent has either made for you or has access to. So you see this first tab is tasks that the agent has been doing in the background while you've been away. Um, the second one is all of the portfolios that either it's made for you or you've inputted into Sidekick. Uh, and then from here, you can also search for a whole universe of global stocks, ETFs, and crypto. Uh, in the tool section, your Sidekick agent has access to a whole set of different tools. And so you can kind of like learn about them and interact with them here. And then on the left is where you actually kind of like talk to your agent. You can set its personalities. You can activate voice mode to talk to it in voice mode. I wanted to show you a couple of the kind of like my favorite features so far. Uh, when you go to tasks, one of the really cool things I like is it's been doing stuff behind the scenes for you. So for instance, this is my portfolio recap. But if I hit remix, I can bring it over and I can remix it. And I can say things like, hey, this is great, but it's too long. Summarize it for me in just a few bullets. And so suddenly you have this work that the agent has done in the background for you. And basically you have this Sidekick agent that can then go and make it really, really palatable for you. So this is really cool. Uh, the other thing you can do if you look down here is you can add to pull up any portfolio that you want to look at. And so this is like we've had a lot of fun with this. If you kind of scroll through this, you'll see these are all the different portfolios that I have. And so instead of like kind of tapping through each of those portfolios, and looking at stuff, I can just go straight here, right? And I can go, okay, um, Europe, European stocks, what's in here? And I'll pull up the portfolio and then kind of give me a breakdown of like all the stocks that are inside this portfolio. Um, so pretty cool. If I go here, just to show you guys, if I go to this European stocks portfolio, um, this is pretty cool because basically, just in kind of typical Arta fashion, you have all the assets down here. You can go to the performance tab. You can see how things are going. It's just like a really good way of kind of like looking at your portfolios. Come back here. The other thing that I think is really cool to call out is that uh, you can bring up a bunch of different tools and agents that are behind the scenes working together with the Sidekick agent. So, for instance, you can bring up the research analyst. You go at research analyst, and now you can be like, "Hey, can you do some research for me? I have an idea." So now it's kind of like having your own team. You're like, okay, I've got this idea for power uh, companies in Asia. And it's going to kind of start like iterating with you, asking you questions. Let's look at distribution and battery storage. So it's going to kick off this research task. And so you'll see on the right side, this research task is running. And as it works, it usually takes a couple of minutes, but it's doing pretty in-depth research on the theme that you gave it. It has access to a bunch of really high quality data sources. So it's going out, reading through them, pulling up the most recent news on this theme. You can ask it how it's going. So how's things going? And it'll kind of give you status updates on how the research task is going. And then, just because this takes a little bit while, we can go and look through. So here, for instance, you can see like as it goes, it tells you what it's up to. Um, we can tap into one of these. So let's say we want to look at food, right? So this like snack producers in Hong Kong, right? So as you go through this, you can see what it ends up with is a set of research reports. It talks through all the work that it's done. It gives you a whole list of companies and the rationale for why it chose each of those companies, and it cites all the sources at the very bottom. And if you like this, you can choose whether you want to share this with other people. And again, you have kind of like the set of assets on the right side. So that part is really cool too. The other thing I wanted to show you is just how we've kind of integrated the agent with kind of all of the ways that you would typically want to interact with data, right? And so, so you can ask, for instance, like, Let's see. Hey, how's Apple doing? And it's going to start looking for news sources on Apple. And the other thing it's going to do is pull up a graph of how Apple is doing. And it's interactive, so you can start to click through, um, tap, just like you would if you were to like click through to all to the actual Apple page. And you keep doing this, really fun. What's the latest news on Google? And it'll go and pull up what the latest news on Google is. If you want, you can also directly pull up the news tool. So you can do at and news, and then it'll pull up like that news tool specifically. So this is pretty cool. And then, for instance, let's say you want the graph, right? So like, okay, cool, give me the graph too, and it'll pull up the graph for you. Yeah. The other thing I want to call out here is this Explore tab on the left side. So if you go to it, you'll see kind of like the universe of portfolios that are shared by Sidekick users. And it's really fun because basically you now have a bunch of different ways to learn about investing in your portfolio, whether it's learning from other people. You have this agent that knows everything about you and is doing work behind the scenes for you. And it's just like very, very powerful with a whole set of really cool tools that it has access to. Um, so thanks. Bye.